Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video. Today, or rather we, are gonna go to our mail and claim a free Dr. Ratio. Boom, baby! Come on now, free 5-star. Anyways, welcome back everybody to another video. I'm sure you've already seen the title and thumbnail. Today, we're gonna be building our Dr. Ratio, the new free limited 5-star who you don't even have to roll for, meaning I can save up my plethora of stellar jades for the next character. I'm really happy about this. I'm really excited to build this character. It looks very fun, so let's get in to the video. Look at that, the Earth. There is 7 billion people on planet Earth, and yet I still only has 50,000 subscribers. What are you doing? Subscribe already so we can hit 7 billion subscribers. Nah, just kidding, but you really should subscribe. It does really help me out a lot, and only a small percentage of you are actually subscribed. So really, every single subscriber really does help me out. And I know it can take a lot of effort to go down and hit that button, but it really is only 2 seconds, and it does help. But without further ado, let's get back into the video. The Greek god is finally here, Dr. Ratio, who will ratio you on Twitter and hand you the fattest L's, is here. Now, before we actually go and build him, I actually do want to try out his character a little bit because I know nothing about him. So some basics about him: he's going to do powerful follow-up attacks and then also increase his crit rate and damage based on the number of debuffs the enemy has. That's really interesting actually. So we're probably going to want to pair him with characters to the likes of Pela, who we already have in the team, and then probably some other debuff characters too. Oh, that's interesting. Look what his impair does. Oh, it summons a statue and it distracts the enemy. That is so cool. And it taunts him. That's awesome. Very unique technique. Now let's see what he actually does. Here we go. Speed reduction off the bat. That must be from his technique. He almost seems to be a mix of a Nihility and a Hunt character, which I absolutely love. And yes, I was correct. That technique after entering battle reduces the target speed by 15% for 2 turns. Now why don't we give him even more debuffs with Pela? And freeze him too. Why not? Nah, never mind. He effect resisted. That's okay. Single target damage. Boom. That's a really cool animation. And the follow-up attack? Nice. Now, how do we trigger those follow-up attacks? Well, let's find out. So his basic attack and skill are that of basic attack and skills. They just do single target damage. But I think where his follow-up attacks come into play is with his talent, Cogito Ergo Sum. When using the skill, there is a chance of launching a follow-up attack against the target for 1 time. I see. So what's the percent chance? How do we know the exact odds? Well, if we go to Dr. Ratio's ability, his talent, so the base chance is 40%, but it seems we can increase it by an additional 20% for every debuff we give it. That's super interesting. So now that the enemy has, what is that, 4 debuffs? It has effect resistance, ensnarement, burns, and speed reduction, meaning Dr. Ratio now has, what, like a 120% chance to get this off? Oh, that's awesome. This should be an 100% chance to get the follow-up attack, right? Boom. Yes, it is. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, now we got his ultimate too. Let's see what his ultimate does. I'm ready for this. Come on, Dr. Ratio, impress me. Here we go. Do a little calculations. Throw the L up? No way. He did not just give him an L. Now, this also seemed to give the enemy some sort of effect as well. Wise Men's Folly. After a target with Wise Men's Folly is attacked by Dr. Ratio or his teammates, Dr. Ratio is going to immediately launch a follow-up attack once against the target. And we can trigger this 2 times. Wait, that's awesome. So I do this, get a follow-up attack? Is that how that works? Oh my goodness. Man, we get so many follow-up attacks. Are we just going to get another one? Yeah. Oh my goodness, Dr. Ratio. Follow-up attacks all day. Do it again. Boom. Another one. Bro, we get follow-up attacks like every turn. I absolutely love that. That is so much fun. Not gonna lie, that just made me 20 times more excited to build this character. So why don't we start out by getting his level up there? I believe I grinded for at least level 70. I don't think I got everything for level 80, but we're just gonna take him as far as we possibly can. Let's get him all the way up there. We got 40, ascended, 50, 60, level up again, 60 ascended, level up again, 70, and what am I missing? Oh, I literally just need to do the boss one more time. Easy enough. Stagnant Shadows, Shape of Puppetry, you going down. I would use Dr.Ratio for this fight, but unfortunately, he's kind of weak right now. So we're going to use my signature Kafka Serval Nihility team right now. So let's do this instead. Here we go. Mr. Robot, you have a material I need and that Dr.Ratio requires, so you will give it to me. Boom. Get him, Serval. Serval's so powerful. That's not true. Screw your sanction mode. Enough of the goldfish. 1 blows up, 2 blows up, and the big tower monster topples over. Almost. He just needs to take a little more damage. And Kafka, can you finish him off? Tell me you can. Boom! Kafka's OP. Honestly, maybe pairing Kafka with Dr.Ratio may be a play, but we'll see with that later. Anyways, we got the last 5 suppressing edicts we need, and now it's time to take our Dr.Ratio to the next ascension. Let's get it. Level 70 out of 80, and unfortunately, I do not have the means to take him to level 80 right now, just not enough EXP books. But what we do have is 1, 2, and 3 more Star Rail passes. And if you guys don't already know, whenever you level up your Dr.Ratio, you're actually guaranteed to get a 5-star on the standard banner with those wishes. It happens every time. This is just a usual case of leveling up Dr.Ratio and then getting a 5-star. Trust me, guys, I know what I'm talking about. This has never not happened to me before because I've never leveled up Dr.Ratio before. But now it's going to happen right at this moment. Damn it. Anyways, with that, we now have another 5-star in my long list of characters that still doesn't contain a healer besides Lynx. But anyways, now that we're done his level, let's talk about his Lightcones. So there are a lot of good options for Lightcones for Dr.Ratio. Of course, his best in slot is going to be Baptism of Pure Thought, his signature weapon. Unfortunately, I don't really roll for Lightcones at all. It's just not something I really enjoy doing because usually the 4 stars are just as good as the 5 stars, if not even sometimes better, depending on the character. Worrisome Blissful is of course also good for him because of the extra follow-up attack damage that you get from this Lightcone. But as for the 4 stars, which are the ones we're going to be deciding between, I have a couple options. Unfortunately, none of the 4-star Lightcones in this game really increase follow-up attack damage at all, which is really unfortunate. I'm hoping that they add a 4-star Lightcone that can do this soon. So our best in slot option for right now is going to be Swordplay. It's really good on Dr.Ratio because he is one of those hunt characters, and usually you are attacking the same enemy multiple times in a row. So because of that, I think I'm going to equip him with my level 80 Super Imposition 5 Swordplay Lightcone. And poor Topaz will be left with, here, you can take Return to Darkness. Damn, that's a depressing image. Anyways, back to Dr.Ratio. We now have established his Lightcone. Now we gotta level up some traces. This is gonna, take me a little minute here. So give me 2 or 3 seconds and we'll be right back after I'm done leveling up his traces. All right, well, I'm done his traces now, but unfortunately I was only able to take him to 777. I could use a couple tiers of dreams, but I'm saving this for other characters. So I think what I'm gonna do is head over to one of the calxes and try doing a little more grinding just to get our Dr.Ratio fully leveled up. And because he's somewhat built now with full traces and a Lightcone, why don't we try him out for the first time? Of course, this is going to be before we get his relics done, so he may not be the best character ever, but we're going to try our best and just see what we can do with a no relics Dr.Ratio, I guess. Put up a little defense, and unfortunately, I used all my skill points, so we're going to have to use a single target. Boom. That does nothing, and you didn't get the follow-up attack. Lame. Maybe an all DPS team wasn't the way to go. I'm not sure. All right, we go again. Come on, Dr.Ratio, get it. Boom. And he didn't get it again. Damn it. Sally just finished it off. Thank you. Oh, look at that. You can actually see the percent chances above their head. I didn't realize that. I was clicking the button so fast that I didn't actually see that they had a percent chance above their head. Well, let's try it again. 40%. Come on now. Shoot. I'm not the luckiest person ever. Not to mention I didn't build the particular best team for him in the world. But again, this is pre-relics. I promise he'll get better later. But for right now, we're going to have to stick with E single target and do 600 damage. But we get the follow-up attack and it does 1300. Let's just skip to the end of the battle. All right, challenge completed. We got a couple more arrows. And let's go get some final level ups for Dr. Ratio. Finish him off here in the trace department. We have exactly 5 purple arrows, so we can get one of the 3 upgraded here. I think I'm going to go for his talent. I feel like would be the best option out of the 3. So let's take that to level 8. And honestly, I'm happy with that for his talents. We're going to leave him there for the day. Now for the final section, of course, we got to do relics. You guys saw Dr. Ratio pre-relics, and yeah, he wasn't looking so hot. Sometimes I forget what percentage of the damage is actually calculated by relics, and it's a pretty large percentile. So let's see what the recommended gear is. Alright, so the game gave me Wastelander of Banditry and Vermont Frontline Glamoth. Now that is interesting. So attack percent boots, I'm definitely sure are not right, but the game recommended them. Attack percent body is definitely also not right. Imaginary damage orb though, okay. And attack rope, all right. Okay, let's not go with the recommended gear. Let's take that all off. And instead, let's decide our own gear. So the game did get one thing right, and I believe his best in slot is the Wastelander set. So that is the set that I plan to use for him. In terms of the planner ornaments, I have a couple different options, but we're just going to have to see what artifacts I have. But if you do want the best in slot, I do believe it will be that Vermont Glamoth set for the extra attack and just overall more damage. But I'm going to have to see what artifacts I have on my own account to establish what I'm going to need for him. Because we're going to want a good crit ratio, we're going to want some speed, and we're going to want a lot of attack as well. So let's see what I'm working with here. We'll start with the normal pieces and just sort by that Wastelander of Banditry set. Now, I am willing to take from other characters. For example, Don Hang has one with 22 crit damage, 4 speed. Pretty decent. Yukong has one with 12 speed, which is pretty insane. And Walt has one with a lot of crit rate and damage. I think the most important thing for Dr. Ratio is probably going to be crit rate and damage. But if we need some speed, we can always take the 12 speed. But for right now, let's take Welt's hat and give him a little more crit rate and damage. Next, for his gloves, I think I'm going to go with the same thing. I'm going to prioritize crit rate and damage. Take one here with 9 crit rate, 10 crit damage. That seems pretty good to me. Then for his body, we're probably going to want crit rate to balance out the crit rate and damage ratio. So we're going to take one from Don Heng here that has 24 crit damage. That sounds good to me. There you go, Dr. Ratio. Then for the boots, we're of course going to want speed. And it looks like we have 3 pairs of speed boots, all of which have pretty terrible subs. 16 attack, 15 defense. And this one has 9 crit rate. I guess we'll go with the one with 9 crit rate. That sounds good. And just like that, we have a 4-piece Wastelander of Banditry set. Now all we need is a 2-piece Glamoth. Sounds easy enough. And I've been grinding a ton of the Glamoth set recently, so I should have an imaginary orb somewhere in here, surely. We have one here with effect resistance and 2 defense. That's not the best piece ever, but surely I have something better than that, I would imagine. Okay, I just went through all my pieces. I don't have something better than this. God damn it. And then for the rope, we are going to want attack percent. And I do have one on Argenti here with a lot of crit rate and damage. So we are going to take that from Argenti, put it on to our Dr. Ratio. And then all we have to do is level up this absolute disgrace of a piece that has no good substats. But you got to do what you got to do. Maybe it gets an additional good stat. Yeah, crit rate. That's okay. We'll take crit rate. Maybe we can roll into crit rate. No. Okay. Shoot. Please, just crit rate. Ugh, we missed it every time. Oh, that's a bad piece. That's a really bad piece, but that's fine. We now have finished all our relics. Let's take a look at our stats. We got 2.5k attack, 128 speed. That won't be enough. So that's going to be our first issue to work on. From what I see, our crit ratio is already pretty decent, having 86 to 110. And I do believe we get a bunch of additional crit rate and crit damage buffs from a couple of his bonus abilities here. So I think I can afford to get rid of this crit rate and damage hat and put the one that has 12 speed on to Dr. Ratio instead, which will now bring us up to 140 speed, which is perfect. Unfortunately, we do go down to 97 and 80 though, which isn't the prettiest crit rate to damage ratio ever. Get the pun there because his name is Dr. Ratio. Please laugh. Anyways, that's going to be his ratio. God damn it. He also has 19 effect resistance, no effect hit rate, which I don't know if you need effect hit rate on him. I don't think necessarily you do, but I know he does apply a couple debuffs, so a little bit of effect hit rate may be nice on him, but I don't think I have any pieces I could put on him to give him more effect hit rate. So he's just going to sit at a clean 0% effect hit rate, which we'll deal with later. But for right now, I'm pretty happy with my Dr.Ratio. And I think it's about time we go and ratio some enemies. Let's head over to the parlor car, go to the Forgotten Hall, and ratio our enemies. I gotta stop saying. Anyways, I think it's about time we set up our Dr.Ratio team. Now, because of the way Dr.Ratio works, we're going to want to pair him with other characters that apply debuffs. Unfortunately, I do not have a built Pela, so I can't really pair him with Pela, but I do have a couple other good characters I can pair him with who apply a lot of debuffs, like for example, Silverwolf, who applies a crap ton of debuffs. I think I like Ron May in this composition too, just because of the ice weakness on the enemy. And then we can also throw Gepard into the mix, just to give us a little bit of defense, because honestly, I think Silverwolf will probably apply enough debuffs on her own. Anyways, let's go try out Mr. Ratio. It's our time, Ratio. Time to take down the big bad boss. Let's go. Defense, enhance, and impair him as well. Get him distracted, get him taunted, and let's go in. Dr.Ratio, I've never been more ready. Time for you to take down the enemy. Let's get it going here. We're going to immediately start applying debuffs with Silverwolf. We're going to need as many debuffs as we can get to get that 100% chance for follow-up attacks. Get her going here. Boom! 18k. Now, let's break him. Ron May break. Awesome. Yeah, you can hit me. It won't do anything. Yeah, I don't even feel that. We're just going to keep applying debuffs to keep getting on 100% chance again. Oh my goodness, that is so broken. We get a follow-up attack every single turn, and then we can just finish him off with the L+ ratio. Boom! That is so overpowered. The enemy didn't even get to attack me. Luckily they have a second phase. Okay, let's go. We gotta go again. Apply as many debuffs as possible. All the debuffs, all the damage, 100% chance. And oh my goodness, he nearly killed the enemy in one hit. Ow, we're good. Okay. Hit him again. Finish the big guy off with the L+ ratio. Oh, never mind. He's already dead. And we can L+ ratio these guys. And I'm not going to lie, this Dr.Ratio plus Silverwolf combo is actually the sickest combo in the whole world, because Silverwolf just applies so many debuffs, so we constantly have an 100% chance to just do crap loads of damage to the enemy. It is so broken. We go again. Drop the pillar, and then we get another follow-up. Oh, just finish him off. Just ruin his life. Another follow-up. We finish it. Well, my friends, that was Dr.Ratio. I absolutely love this character, and in fact I enjoyed playing him so much that in fact this game is going to give me his light cone in a single pull to compensate me for this video. Bing bang boom, easy peasy. But with that being said, that's going to be the end of our video for today. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I hope you enjoyed watching me build my Dr.Ratio, and let me know how you built yours in the comments below. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.